Sabrina. I am so excited to be back and sharing videos with you. I took a little bit of a break and I had a wonderful trip with my friend Erica, and now it's time to get ready for back to school. And I'm excited to share this new reading kit with you. So today will be this video with 2 projects using this kit, and tomorrow will be a reading journal spread, and then the following Tuesday I will have a walkthrough of the next quarter. So that would cover April, May, and June. So I'm excited to share that with you. So let's dive into this kit. It is called Well Read, and it is by Ashley Horton from her shop, the CutShoppe. The collection is amazing. There is so many different components, and in the video I'm sharing today, I really only focused on the die cuts. So I barely put a dent in this kit, and I barely touched the papers or the journaling cards. So I am probably gonna have another video sharing more ways to use this kit, and I will share my journal spread once I get it put together. So to start with, there is these 2 sheets, and you can cut out these word phrase stickers or print them on sticker paper, or you could take the time to cut them apart in your Cameo, and then that way they could cut as word phrase strips. So I'm excited to have those. And then these are really cool because Ashley made it very simple. With a 1-inch or a 2-inch punch, you can just punch all of these shapes out. And then the other ones are super easy to cut out. So a very fun little sheet right there. And then the die cuts are absolutely endless. I think that there is 2 or 3 different sets of die cuts, and it's amazing. There is so many different options. New series, shelf love, shelf care, favorite book, well read. Let me just take out a bunch and then I can show you. All right, you guys see this? Look at all of these die cuts. It is absolutely incredible. Every book die cut you could think of is in Ashley's collection. So there is Check Me Out, Page Turner, Book Boyfriend. I love that. For anyone that reads romance, this is perfect. A comfy chair, a shelf, and the book was better. Some really big stars with the alphabet on it. There's also some gorgeous flowers as well. New series. Underneath this, I have a like faux washi strip, and you're actually gonna see me use one of these in my project. There's some tags down here. These look like bookmark die cuts. And then you have these kids that I just love. Her daughter drew these, I believe, and or helped her out with them. And then there's also a cat, but I use it in one of my projects. But I just love them. They are adorable. So you can see there's a wide range of die cuts, plus there's just a few more in there, like the stars. And there's also some numbers as well. Let me see if I can see a number. Yeah, there's a 4, and I think there's 1 through 5. And then another little die cut here that says at the library. So a ton of die cuts and options, and I think this collection is going to serve so many purposes. And I'll be also using it for my July reading journal update. So I'm super excited to share that with you, I think in 2 weeks. So, all right, let me show you the journaling cards and the papers. Okay, so I printed these all out, which is something I don't normally do when I have printable collections, because I just print as I go. But this collection I love so much, and I wanted to physically see it, so I printed every single piece. But I will say that my printer was a little bit off as far as printing a little more towards pink. So the colors may be off just a little bit. So I want you to be aware of that, but you can still tell that this is a beautiful collection. All right, so here is the journaling cards. On this sheet, I printed an extra one in case I needed it. And so you have books are magic, a stack of books. Maybe I'm not addicted to books. Maybe books are addicted to me. And then I printed another one of books are magic because I know I'm probably going to use that one. And then read, 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 repeat. These have 2 of the 4x6, and I love this font right here, reading mode, and then you can check off which type of book it was. And then here is the papers. So I just used the PDFs that come in the collection and just printed those straight to my printer and made sure that it was borderless. So there is a beautiful wood grain. This is one of the papers that I think was a little bit off, but the rainbows are fantastic, and you can fussy cut those out. Same thing with the scallops, or punch out shapes with it. Here's a star one with some splatters on it. This one is a banner with the, well, tassels, you know, same thing, right? This is some X's. This one is like hash marks. Then some leaves. This one looks like an actual notebook. The alphabet in like a distressed yellow. And then a brown paper. Another one that I think printed a little bit off. Same thing with this one. It's a striped paper that includes all the different colors of the collection. And then you have this grid one. So many different options, so that way you can get all your reading projects done. And I have a ton of reading projects that I want to document now. I even want to make my daughter a little like reading journal to keep track of her stuff. I just have a lot of projects in mind because I went through my camera roll and I found, no kidding, 150 different photos that involve books. So I'm excited to use this collection. For today, I'm going to show you 2 projects. Let me grab those. I'm going to show you a traveler's notebook style page with a bunch of die cuts and my library haul. Then I'm going to take some photos over the month, the different months, and document bedtime reading with my daughter. So I hope you guys are excited to watch this video, and I'm so excited to be back. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get started and switch to voiceover. So the first project is going to be documenting the summer library haul. Basically, I like to take a photo of my library book case area at least once during the summer, and so I have this photo and I'm going to use all the die cuts to document it. And over on the right hand side, I used a ton of digital stamps, recolored them, and that's why it already looks filled in on the right hand side because of that. So like I have at the library that I colored in yellow, and also feeling bookish, happy place. And I decided to do something really fun in between those digital stamps. That way it would give them a little more emphasis. I'm going to use some of the word phrase stickers and put those in between the different spots. You'll see in a second. And see, I just put a blue one down, and the blue one says, "If you need me, I'll be reading." And over on the left-hand side is, of course, the photo, and I'm going to layer a library card behind it, you know, one of those old-fashioned ones. At least that's what it reminds me of. And then the yellow ABC paper. I also am going to grab the little girl die cut and some of the flowers, and plus a few circle embellishments as well. Again, just focusing mainly on the die cuts because they're just incredible and there's such a big variety. I decided to pop dot the girl, but not well read, since I know that I'm going to have another die cut over below the book, below the books, and I wanted to pop dot that and bring a little more emphasis to that and not necessarily to the well read die cut. So I have the girl all put down now, and I can glue on my little word phrase stickers, which I just absolutely love. And I love how this idea came together because the digital stamps, of course, look flat and are flat. So like I said, putting those word phrase stickers just gives a little more dimension to them. And I'm just excited to document my library books because I always forget to do that. Like I said in the introduction, I have like 50 photos of different book stuff, like my book hauls, library hauls, and also like eating with my book, and then bedtime reading, just all kinds of things. And so I'm excited to have one little story documented. So the well read, I went ahead and printed that out knowing that I was going to put the die cut right on top, but I wanted to have it there kind of as a frame of reference, which is perfect for me because I want to get it aligned. Behind the book photo is the ABC paper, and then of course that little library card. And I felt like that's all I needed as far as paper, since the books are very colorful. I have a whole wide range of books in there, and I'm excited to read a ton of these books. Like, I have Icebreaker, which is a romance that I guess is taken the internet by storm, and then also The Housemaid, and I have Love Theoretically, and The Celebrates, Mrs. Nash's Ashes, and Before I Let You Go. And it's just a really good time right now for reading, and I'm so happy to have all these awesome books. And I actually just finished up The Housemaid, and that book was incredible. Absolutely incredible, and will be in my top 5 for the year. So I added book love and a small yellow circle up at the top, and I wanted to put a washi, faux washi strip above the photo. So I went ahead and crumpled that just to give it a little more dimension and to look more real. Above the digital stamp that says "At the Library," I put "Book Nerd," and I just repeated it 4 times, and I made sure that it would fit in that space when I was working in Photoshop Elements. And above the well read, I have "So many books, so little time," which is absolutely true. And then the pale pink one down towards the bottom of the right hand side says "Do not disturb, currently reading Book Love and Library." That one, I just actually took the entire light pink section and just added it right in there, and I love how it worked. Dug through my Ali Edwards embellishments, and I found some cork butterflies. So I'm going to go ahead and use those instead of like stars. I just thought with summer, butterflies fit better, and I'm almost done with this spread. I didn't add any journaling. I felt like it was self-explanatory, but I absolutely love this spread, and I love all the die cuts, and I'm so glad that I finally documented a library haul. I'm going to put it in my 1/2-inch binder, and it's done. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing that one. The next one is the bedtime reading. My daughter and I absolutely love reading our books together at night, but we recently discovered a series called Nanny Piggins. I believe it's an Australian author, and so it's been hard to get the books over here. Our library had the first 3, and then we had to buy 4 and 5 because our library didn't have them, which is unfortunate. But my daughter loves all the voices that I do. She makes me feel like an expert with children's reading, so that's been really fun. I decided to go with a design that I'm sure I've done many times, where there's 2 horizontal photos on top and then some smaller ones on the bottom. And I took 2 of the 3x4 journaling cards and went ahead and shrunk them down so that way they fit in the same spots as the other photos. And I had a different photo in the middle, but I decided to put the Nanny Piggins photo in the center since Nanny Piggins is kind of like a big thing for us right now. But I totally forgot that I'm going to have to punch the holes. So in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have put the Nanny Piggins photo there, but that's okay. You can still tell that it's Nanny Piggins. And to the right of that, I have Imagination, brought to you by Books, and then another photo of me reading my book while my daughter reads her book, because that's what we start off doing. She loves to leave lots of time at night to read, so we will each read our own books for 15 minutes or maybe a little longer depending, and then I will read some Nanny Piggins, like a chapter of Nanny Piggins, and it is fantastic. It's hilarious. Nanny Piggins is so entertaining. And we are now on book 4, and there's even a Christmas book, and we cannot wait to read that book along with some hot cocoa. So very exciting. I highly recommend that book if you want to read one with your kids. I used my Cameo to print out some circles with the various papers. I have the yellow ABC paper again, and also a light blue pattern paper, and then a small 1-inch circle with the brown florals on it. Down at the bottom, I also cut out the title, Bedtime Reading. Ashley's collection includes that alpha. And the whole sheet prints out A through Z and then 1 through 9. But I wanted to make sure that I had all of, I wanted to make sure I had the title. So I just printed it separate, cut it separate. I am going through my little die cut tray and I'm trying to pick out some die cuts that I want to use. I think I'm going to use some rainbows because imagination reading always makes me think of reading rainbow. Totally a 90s kid, right? 80s, 90s kid. I love reading rainbow. So I'm going to add in some rainbows and also that cat because the cats are always in bed with us. They're at the end of the bed, like just snuggling. And so that's really fun to have them in the bed with us. It's a whole bedtime evening reading party and I love it. So, and I even get mad at my daughter when she says, we don't have enough time to read. We're just going to have a short amount of reading time tonight. I'm like, who put you in charge? You're not the boss. But you know, she's particular about her schedule. So I have the yellow ABC pop dotted, and then right on top of that, I'm going to put books are magic. And it worked out great because I just filled in kind of that negative space where the pillow was. And I think you can actually see one of our cats in the bottom of that photo. On that particular night, he was up at the top with us, and that's the tan one, and his name is Tango. We also have a giant fluffy gray cat named Chase. So they are adorable, and we just love them. Over in the bottom right-hand corner, diagonally from the left side where I have books are magic, I put the cat and a rainbow and also a very small circle die cut that says cozy along with a blue star. And then another cluster is up at the top with a larger rainbow die cut and also read more. And then I have another photo of my daughter and I, and she has her eyes closed on purpose because she did not want the photo taken, which I said is fine. I just want to get a photo. You don't necessarily have to smile. I can't believe she's already at that age where she does not want to smile for photos, but I'm just glad she let me take the photo. So I'll take it and I'll run with it. I'm now going to put down the title, and I just used my glue pen. I thought about using my adhesive, but it would probably just get too messy. And I started with the E and then worked my way backwards. I thought I should have started with the B first, but then realized I really need to start backwards because that way I have everything spaced out accordingly. And once I have the title all down, I can go ahead and fill in the current reads journaling card, which I think I kind of goofed on because there is like a line. You know how binder paper has the line to tell you where to start, like the margin? That's the word, margin. I did not write past the margin. I just wrote on the whole thing, but that's okay. You can barely tell. That's okay. So I've almost got this all glued down, and then I remembered that I have to cut off the extra that's hanging off of the different circles and rainbows. And I am just going to write about, like I told you guys, how we love to read at night together, and we love this Nanny Piggin series, and I actually recommended it to our library to buy some more copies, because I'm like, this series has 8 plus the Christmas special. Why do you guys only have 3? That doesn't make any sense. You need to have more. So hopefully they get more of the series because we want to read all of them. I'm sprinkling some circles, and now I have all my clusters finished, and I'll add in that journaling, and then that will be the end of both of these projects. And I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this collection. I hope you grab it if it works for you, and I think it's going to work for a lot of people to document all the book projects. So I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel and you want to keep seeing my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.